My child, the truth must be told right now. Not tomorrow, not later, not when you feel ready, not when life becomes easier or quieter. I am speaking now because this moment is fragile, and if it passes, it will not return in the same way. You feel the weight of these words because your spirit recognizes urgency. If you truly did not need me in your life, you would already be gone. You would have scrolled past without a second thought. But you are still here because something deeper than curiosity is holding you. This moment was arranged long before you arrive here. And it carries more meaning than you realize. Please skip this if you are satisfied without me. Skip this if you believe you are strong enough to carry your life alone. Skip this if you are comfortable with the way things are. Even if they are empty, even if they are heavy, even if they, music, are slowly draining you. But if your heart is tired in a way sleep cannot fix, if your soul, music, feels hungry even when your life looks full, if there is a quiet ache inside you that no distraction has been able to silence, then stay. Stay because this is not for everyone. Stay because this is for those who are no longer willing to pretend. This message is not for the crowd. It is not for those who want comfort without change, blessing without surrender, peace without truth. It is for the ones who feel stuck between who they used to be and who they were meant to become. It is for the ones who know something is missing but cannot name it. It is for the ones who have tried to move forward but feel an invisible resistance pulling them back. It is for the ones who are ready for breakthrough, even though they are afraid of what that breakthrough will require them to leave behind. If you are still listening, it is not by accident. I do not allow this moment to find you randomly. I see the exact place you are standing in your life right now. I see the crossroads in front of you. Even if you have not admitted it yet, I am speaking now because your life is at a turning point and the truth can no longer wait. There are seasons when I whisper and there are moments when I must speak clearly. This is one of those moments. Do not listen casually. Do not treat this like background noise. Do not let these words wash over you without letting them enter you. What I am about to say will divide those who walk into change from those who walk away unchanged. It will separate those who are willing to face truth from those who prefer comfort. It will expose what has been hidden, not to shame you, but to save you. I know how close you are to telling yourself this is just another message. I know how quickly the mind looks for reasons to disengage when truth feels uncomfortable. But listen to me. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is not a voice trying to oppress you. This is rescue reaching you before something precious is lost. You may not see the danger clearly yet, but you feel it. You feel the pressure. You feel the narrowing. You feel that something is shifting beneath the surface of your life. You have been telling yourself you still have time. You have been convincing yourself that later will be better, easier, more suitable for change. But later has quietly become a place where nothing happens. Later has delayed healing. Later, music, has postponed obedience. Later has softened urgency. And now later is no longer safe. I am calling you now because this is the moment when response still protects you. I see how tired you are. Not just physically but deep inside. I see how many times you have tried to push through without addressing what hurts. I see how you have learned to function while ignoring the emptiness that follows you. I see how you have adapted to heaviness and called it normal. But this was never meant to be your normal. You were not created to live numb, distracted, or half awake. You may wonder why I sound so serious. Why there is such weight in my voice. It is because truth carries weight when it matters. Music, love does not stay silent when the cost of silence is too high. I would rather interrupt you now than allow you to continue drifting into something that will one day break your heart. I would rather make you uncomfortable now than watch you suffer later. Many will skip this message because it asks too much of them. It asks them to look honestly at their lives. It asks them to consider change. That asks them to release control, and that feels threatening to a world that values comfort above truth. But you are still here because you are not satisfied with surface-level living. You are still here because something in you longs for more even if you are afraid to admit it. I know you have been disappointed before. I know you have hoped for change and felt let down. I know you have prayed and waited and wondered if anything would ever shift. That is why part of you wants to protect itself by not hoping too much, by not listening too deeply. But closing your heart to protect it has also closed you off from life. I am not asking you to pretend you are not afraid. I am asking you to trust me enough to stay open. Type Jesus is my unshakable anchor if he keeps you steady through every storm. This moment matters because choices are forming quietly in your habits, your thoughts, your silences. You are becoming something whether you realize it or not. And if you do not choose deliberately, you will drift by default. Drift does not feel dangerous at first. It feels easy, but it always leads somewhere. I am speaking now so you can choose your direction before momentum carries you somewhere you never intended to go. Do not underestimate the significance, music, of staying. Staying means you are willing to listen. Staying means you are willing to be honest. Staying means you are willing to let truth touch places you have guarded. Many hear my voice, but few stay long enough to let it change them. If you are still here, speaking now so you can choose your direction before momentum carries you somewhere you never intended to go. Do not underestimate the significance, music, of staying. Staying means you are willing to listen. Staying means you are willing to be honest. Staying means you are willing to let truth touch places you have guarded. Many hear my voice, but few stay long enough to let it change them. If you are still here, it is because you are closer to readiness than you think. You may feel fear rising as you listen. Fear of what you might have to let go of. Fear of what might change. Fear of who you might become if you stop resisting. But fear is not a sign to leave. It is a sign that something real is happening. Transformation always threatens what has kept you stuck. That does not make it dangerous. It makes it necessary. I am not here to condemn you. I am not here to list your failures. I am not here to tell you how far you have fallen. I am here to tell you that I see you, that I know where you are, and that I refuse to abandon you due to confusion or numbness. I am here because there is still time to choose differently. There is still time to return to clarity. There is still time to step into the life you were meant to live. This is why the truth must be told right now. Not because I want to scare you, but because I want to save you. Not because I am impatient, but because delay has already cost you enough. Not because you are running out of chances, but because you are standing in one. Stay with me. Let me finish speaking. Let me guide you through what comes next. This moment is not an accident. Music, and what you do with it will matter more than you know. My child, this moment is not entertainment. It is not something to consume, judge, or casually observe. It is a divine interruption placed directly in the path of your life because continuing as you were would cost you more than you understand. I have not stepped into your attention to fill time. I have stepped in to stop momentum. I interrupted you because where you were heading even unknowingly, music, was not safe. When I interrupt is not to disturb your peace but to protect what still can be saved. You must understand this clearly. Seeing this message was not accidental. It was not random timing and it was not chance. I planned this moment with precision. Long before you paused here, long before you listened, long before you felt the pull to stay, I saw this exact intersection of your life. I saw the pressure building around you. I saw the choices forming quietly. I saw the narrowing path ahead. And I chose this moment because later would have been too late. Many were allowed to see this message. Many were given the same opportunity, but only a few stayed. Not because they are better, not because they are stronger, but because readiness is rare. Readiness does not mean perfection. It means willingness. It means the courage to pause when life demands speed. The humility to listen when comfort says ignore. The honesty to admit something needs to change. Most people are too busy protecting their routines to allow interruption. They scroll past truth because truth slows them down. I interrupted you because silence was no longer safe. There are seasons when silence protects. When waiting builds strength, when quiet allows growth. But that season has passed for you. What once protected you has begun to expose you. What once gave you time has begun to steal it. Delay now would not be patience. It would be loss. And I will not watch you lose what can still be preserved. This is why urgency surrounds this moment. Not urgency born of fear, but urgency born of clarity. I see outcomes you cannot yet see. I see how close certain doors are to closing. I see how quickly small delays compound into permanent consequences. I see how easily opportunity slips away when truth is postponed. I speak now because truth must arrive before the damage becomes irreversible. Please support our channel. Our work is meant to bring happiness into your life and encourage devotion to God. If you wish to support our mission, you can donate through Super Thanks. You may be tempted to minimize this moment to tell yourself it feels important only because of emotion. But emotion fades. Truth remains. This is not about how you feel right now. This is about where your life is positioned. Music, I am not responding to your curiosity. I am responding to danger. I am not filling a gap in your day. I am stepping into a gap in your discernment. I know you did not expect this interruption. That is the music nature of rescue. It rarely arrives on your schedule. It comes when momentum must be broken. If I had waited until you were comfortable, until you felt ready, until you asked for clarity again, the cost would have been greater. Love does not wait for permission when time is short. Many walked away because they are not ready to be interrupted. They prefer affirmation over correction, comfort over clarity, noise over truth. They sensed the weight of this moment and chose to escape it. A choice felt harmless. It never feels costly at first. But walking away from interruption is how people slowly walk away from destiny. They do not decide to abandon purpose in one moment. Music, they choose convenience again and again until the path back feels too far. You stayed because something and you recognize the authority in this interruption. Authority does not shout to impress. It speaks because it must. I am not negotiating with you. I am not persuading you. I am telling you the truth because you are still able to respond to it. Authority does not ask whether truth is welcome. It delivers it before harm sets in. This interruption exists because you have been moving too long without recalibration. You have been adjusting to imbalance instead of correcting it. You have been compensating for drift instead of addressing it. You have been surviving on momentum when direction was needed. And momentum without direction always ends in loss. I interrupted you because what you were tolerating quietly was beginning to, music, shape you deeply. Habits you called small, delays you called temporary, distance. Music, you called normal. None of these felt dangerous because they did not announce themselves. But erosion never announces itself. It works silently, patiently until collapse feels sudden even though it was long in the making. This, music, is why truth must be spoken now. Because truth spoken later would arrive as regret. Truth, music, ignored now will return as consequence. I am now threatening you. I am informing you. Reality does not change because it is ignored. Consequences do not disappear because they are postponed. The only thing delay changes is how much can still be saved. I know interruption feels uncomfortable. It disrupts flow. It forces pause. It demands attention. But comfort was already costing you something, even if you did not want to admit it. I interrupted you because continuing uninterrupted would have been far more painful than stopping. Now, you are not here because you were searching for me. You are here because I came looking for you. That is the truth many struggle to accept. They want to believe they found me by insight or wisdom. But this moment was initiated by grace. Grace does not wait for readiness. Grace creates readiness by intervening. I did not interrupt you to overwhelm you. I interrupted you to realign you. To slow you down before speed became dangerous. To wake you up before numbness became permanent. To speak while you could still hear clearly. There are times when I whisper. There are times when I wait. And there are times when I interrupt because waiting would be neglect. This moment carries authority because it carries responsibility. What you do next matters. Not dramatically in appearance at first, but deeply in effect. Interruptions are crossroads. They force choice. They expose direction. They reveal what truly matters to you. Staying is not enough. Listening is not enough. Response is required. Do not romanticize this interruption. Do not turn it into inspiration, music, that fades. This is not meant to make you feel something. It is meant to move you somewhere. Interruptions that are ignored become regrets that cannot be undone. Interruptions that are honored become turning points. You may still feel uncertain. Music, you may still feel afraid. That does not mean this is not from me. It means the interruption is working. It is breaking autopilot. It is disrupting illusion. It is demanding honesty. Those things always feel unsettling at first. I am not asking you to understand everything right now. I am asking you not to resist what you already know. You know something has been off. You know something has needed attention. You know something has been calling for change. This interruption is the moment those quiet signals become unmistakable. Music, stay present. Do not rush past this. Do not try to return to normal too quickly. A normal was already costing you more than you realized. This interruption is mercy disguised as urgency. Protection disguised the disruption. Love that refuses to be silent while there is still time to choose. I am here because delay would cause loss you cannot recover from easily. I am here because the narrowing has begun. I'm here because truth delayed becomes pain multiplied. And I am here because I love you too much to let you continue uninterrupted when interruption is the only thing that can still save what matters most. This is the divine interruption, and it happened now because now is when it still matters. My child, this message is not for everyone. And I will tell you why without hesitation and without apology. It is not because I reject people. I never have. I came for all. I called all. I love all. But not everyone loves truth enough to stay when it speaks plainly. Not everyone wanta. Light when it exposed. Like, share and subscribe my channel, my child.